guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're in for something special. Today I'm throwing a rager and you guys are all invited. And by rager, do I mean a fun frat bro-y, unfortunately, kind of party? No. This type of rager is one where we collectively sit down and rage at the reality that we are in. Rage in whatever fashion you want to. Usually I seethe, like I become very quiet when I'm in deep rage, but who knows, maybe here I'll just straight up start screaming. Are you ready? Because we're in for it, guys. We are. I'm truly so angry that I have goosebumps. Tennessee man who raped adopted daughter receives only 12 years. Now, just from that title alone, you can understand why I am angry, but it gets so much worse because you're like, yeah, 12 years is a significant amount of time. But wait, a former pastor who repeatedly raped his adopted teenage daughter has been given an effective 12-year prison sentence. The Knoxville News Sentinel reports prosecutors sought the maximum term of 72 years behind bars. The judge cited David Richards' longtime ministry and the support he still receives as mitigating factors. More than 30 people showed up to support Richards at the sentencing last week. Listen, I don't care what religion you are. I'm not here to bash any religion. But the sole concept that him being a pastor and his ministry is a factor is insane to me. It would be like if the judge is so... Let's say the judge is a really big fan of pizza and this pedophile rapist has a pizza shop and they count that as a mitigating factor. Like, to me, it's equivalently ridiculous. I cannot understand why it even matters what you do as a job. Like, seriously, you can praise Jesus a million times, but if you're a child fucker, which this guy is, who cares? Like, who cares? You know, if I were the judge in this case, I would say, okay, there's evidence that he raped his adopted teenage daughter, electric chair, that's it. Or life in prison, that's it. I don't need to know more. I do not need to know that you own 100 Bibles. That makes no difference whatsoever. I just, and the fact that he's supported, like, you think a rapist being supported is a great mitigating factor? Let's just keep going. The victim was 16 when she reported the abuse, saying it began 2 years earlier. She told authorities where they could find DNA evidence at her home and said Richards had texted her about taking their relationship to quote-unquote the next level. Authorities said they found her mattress stripped bare and his phone factory reset, but they were able to recover his DNA. She was 16 when she reported this, but it had been going on for 2 years. So she was a 14-year-old girl when this man, who is supposedly her father figure, clearly failed at that, started abusing her. 14. But the fact that he's a pastor and has 30 other fucking idiots backing him, that's all we need to know. That's all the judge really cared about. Not like the fact that he was abusing a 14-year-old and that he's a pedophile and that there's DNA proof. Him texting her, taking their relationship to the next level, that's not how it works with fathers and daughters. That's how it works in actual romantic relationships. You can talk about the next level. With your adoptive daughter, there's no next level. You're just always gonna be her father. So, like, even that, just so creepy. And the fact that his phone was factory reset, I don't think that's a coincidence, just saying. So in another article that continues to cover this case, it says that David Richards continued to maintain his innocence as he had throughout his trial, while asking for leniency from Knox County Criminal Court Judge Steve Sword. The Knoxville News Sentinel typically does not identify victims in sexual abuse cases, but Amber Richards chose to speak publicly after the February verdicts. She sat on the opposite side of the courtroom Thursday, joined by half a dozen others, including her biological parents, who she has reconnected with in recent years. I wanted to throw my body away, Amber Richards said as she delivered her victim impact statement Thursday. Not a day goes by that I don't, in some way, think of what he did to me. I firmly believe if given the opportunity, he would victimize another young girl. David Richards took the stand in his own defense, painting his accusers accuser as a defiant teenager who first made her allegations of sexual abuse amid his attempts to impose strict rules for his children. Forensic testing, however, uncovered the presence of seminal fluid with a DNA profile matching that of David Richards on the girl's bed frame. To claim that she came up with this story because you were starting to impose strict rules on the household is, to me, laughable. Now, of course, there are always people who come up with fake rape allegations. Those people exist, certainly. There's no reason that his seminal fluid should be anywhere in her room. Can we all agree to that? So for him to just paint it as like, oh yeah, she's like a teenager who was pissed off, so she just like said that I raped her. So like, you know how I said at the beginning that 12 years was infuriating? Well, a Knox County jury found Richards guilty on 9 felony counts, including rape, incest, and sexual battery by an authority figure following 3 days of testimony in February. Sword, the judge, had wide latitude in his sentencing decision. Most of the charges Richards was convicted of, including rape, are punishable by probation alone under state law. Only the charge of sexual battery by an authority figure requires a minimum of 3 years mandatory incarceration. I stand before you convicted of crimes I did not commit, said Richards, 41. I simply believe the system just erred in this case. I'm not sure why I'm here, but I assume it's for his purpose. Prosecutors sought the maximum term of 72 years behind bars. The judge acknowledged Richards' longtime ministry. He began a Bible study among his fellow inmates while jailed at the Knox County Detention Facility, and the support he still receives as mitigating factors. We already knew that. Out of 72 years, which is what the prosecutors wanted, this dude got 12. And on top of that, had the audacity to say that it's because there's a, like, his purpose, like God put him there for a reason. No. God is not involved. I'm pretty sure God is looking at you being like, you're a fucking pedophile and you're disgusting. But anyway, the fact that he's turning this into a narrative of there's a reason for this, there's a reason I'm here, like a higher power type reason. No. The reason you're here is entirely fully just you being a pedophile rapist. That's the only reason. You have no purpose. I mean, like, your only purpose is being a piece of garbage, so I guess if you want to keep that purpose, go ahead. But do not dare to turn this into one of those narratives of, I've been given this trial and tribulation and I will get through it and, you know, learn from it. I keep having to pause because I get so mad that I start tripping over my words. But the fact that he's trying to paint this as a narrative where he is the victim of some kind of injustice and that he doesn't understand why he's here and, like, the law has failed him, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. However, it does bring me a very great joy to tell you that people are super fucking pissed at Judge Stephen Sword, and there's even a change.org petition going on right now to have him removed. As of right now, it has 23,984 signatures, and the goal is to get to 25,000. I'm gonna sign this in a second. If you want to as well, I'll link it in the description down below. But I definitely feel like this judge, I don't know, anyone who's too forgiving of a pedophile is shady in my books, so if you feel like this judge should maybe be removed, I'd say check out that link. And the other thing is, whoever those 30 people are, the ones who are defending him and supporting him, I am disgusted. I'm absolutely disgusted by that. I know some people will just discount the evidence, but the fact that this guy had 30 people rooting for him instead of rooting for a teenage girl who had been abused for 2 years, there's something wrong with all of them too. Just saying. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to just, like, scream in the comments down below. That's probably what I would do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and let's get right into the fan art.